Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another week of Sunday Vibes with Divine Cuppa. It is episode 20, I believe. And today, oh gosh, the show is going to be so interesting because we just had a quick 5-minute chat and I can't wait for it to start. And I want you to keep that anticipation, that excitement of not knowing what's coming up so that you can feel what we are feeling too. So with obviously, I'm explaining myself after I've had a chat. I'm Suzie Wellstead, emotional wellbeing coach and author of You Are Enough. And I'm going to hand you straight over to Vanessa.
Hi, greetings, Suzie. Yeah, I love this Sunday vibe. And for those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Vanessa. I'm a lifestyle coach and I'm supporting women to help you feel more confident. So I'm excited about today because I just said some things very casually to Suzie. And she's like, what? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So we have called today's show A Little Birdie Says, because the things that you're going to hear me talk about. So let's just set the scene. As you can see, it's just Suzie and myself on the call. For those of you who are normally with us, you'll know that we are a collective of 4. We haven't got Deniz and Layla this week. So Suzie and I have just said, right, okay, we're just going to carry on. And I've just said some things quite casually to Suzie, but she said, oh, I didn't know about that. So we've entitled it A Little Birdie Says, okay? So the things that I will talk about, they're unvalidated, the things that I've heard in different Telegram groups, different chats. There's no hard evidence. So on this one, I'm going to ask you to go with your intuition and, feel what resonates with you. So I'm not coming on to say that I have got facts and figures. It's just things that I've heard. Is that all right, Suzie?
That's brilliant. That's brilliantly put, because we need more people to speak like this, because otherwise we dismiss what's happening within ourselves. It could be a hunch, it could be whatever. And then we start following more external because we start doubting ourselves. And I don't want us to doubt. And it takes a long time for us to think of it, like we just said earlier, I was 50 last year. Now all of a sudden I'm 51. It's like, gosh, it's moved so fast. What's happening? We've had everything go off this year, yet it's flew by like a train. And it's like, yesterday, I can feel the age of me coming on. It normally doesn't bother me because I feel that it goes at a nice pace. But as you know, we're not about time. We're just about enjoying every moment. And I guess I'm becoming more aware that I don't think in a time way. I just let things come and go. But it really did shock me like nobody's business, thinking, oh my gosh, be 51. It feels like really fast.
Yeah, let's just talk about the time element, Suzie, because what I wanted to say on that is it has gone very quickly this year. I felt last year went quickly, but this year seems to have moved much quicker. It's now, we're recording this on September 5th, which means that if you think about it, we're fastly approaching the end of the year. But remember, we're using this, I think, do they call it a Gregorian calendar? So there are some anomalies within that. We don't really know what the time span is because time has been manipulated. I'll give you a good example of how much you can do when you don't know what time is. Yesterday I was due to do a clarity call, and it was a typical mummy moment. The clarity call was set for 1 o'clock, and there was a mummy moment that came up that I needed to there he goes. I needed to just sort of freshen up, ready for the call. But Zenta had done a poo, and I had something like 10 minutes. So it was 10 minutes to do like so much, and I'd forgotten my telephone, and also I have the Fitbit was downstairs charging, so I was upstairs with no notion of what time in this manufactured way. really was. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know I've got to do this. I know I've only got 10 minutes before the call. And I was starting to panic. Anyway, I did everything that I needed to do in 5 minutes because I came downstairs with time to spare. So it just goes to show that, you know, really we should be on our own time flow. Don't watch the clock. I can't wait for life like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you're in your flowness,
Mm.
like I'm only conscious of the time now, I feel.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Good.
still, because I'm still trapped in the matrix in the sense of having a day job. And also having, you know, taking appointments from people that want to speak to me. Obviously,
Yeah.
help if you say, oh, let's be on the call at a certain time. But I can't wait to do my own
we need
clock.
to design a clock. There might be a clock, I'll look into it, that just says now, 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 because there is only the now. It's like, you know, it's September, the sun is shining. You wouldn't even know where I am at the minute. You could think I was anywhere in the world and you wouldn't even have this time concept. Again, it's all about ideas and concepts of what we believe to be true. You know, whether it's logical, rational, at heart, how do we know? And just let that flow.
That was powerful, because if you turn around the words now, then you've got one.
Yeah.
I want to do some gematria. I've just got a little bit of a like, oh, what is now in? I'm going to do now and I'm going to do one. But before I go, here's Deniz coming in. How wonderful. Okay, what I was going to say is before I do that, and she is at home. I told you she was due back. Hi, Deniz.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I was just stuck on a call and I just lost track of time.
Oh, I didn't realise
you know what the topic is. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Okay, so I already forgive you. Okay, because I'm just so delighted to see you not only on the call but back home safe and sound. Because I was going to text you yesterday, but I lost track of time.
Okay.
Today's topic, we're talking about a little birdie says, and we'll fill you in shortly. But we've just spoken about time. That's where we started. And you've just literally said that, so you can't make it up. So how are you? Okay.
Yeah, no, good, thanks. I was just on a call and I have got like a to-do list. I was just working my way through and I didn't realize, and I saw your call and I was like, okay. And then I looked at a message. I was like, oh my God, Divine Cuppa, it's 11:30.
Don't worry. So what I was just about to do is, well, a couple of things. Because Susie, I just want to repeat that now clock. Now the idea of a now clock to Deniz.
Yeah. I know you can hear the dog in the background.
Yeah, your little one. What's he up to?
I think Paddy might be back. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just trying to find out what's going on. But I was saying we must design an hour clock, because we've been just saying, I mean, last year I woke up 50 and it feels like, oh my gosh, it's like a flash. It's my birthday again. And it's like, wow, we need to design a clock that just says now, 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 now. And then you said, now, the other way around means you've won. Yeah. And we're just looking up the whole, because again, what's the concept? What's the idea of time? Because I don't work in time as much now, and I'm fortunate enough to work from home, and I don't have no concept about time. It is what it is. It's September, the sun is shining, and I've got a butterfly in my conservatory, and it's like, wow.
Well, let me tell you what we had on our call. Vanessa, you missed the other day, which was, well, both of you missed it. One of the girls in the group was saying that she can stretch time. And I didn't really know what that meant, but basically we're going to all be able to stretch time at some level once we were all fully ascended, which is, you know, she said that she'll be getting ready for work or whatever, and it'll look like she doesn't have time to do half the stuff. But she says like time just slows down. And where she has gone and done everything that she would normally do, she'll look back at her time and it's only 2 minutes have gone by. And she said the same happens when when she's like driving to work and things. And I was just like, oh, really? Like, I wish that happened like when the kids are at school and I felt like I had more time to do stuff. That would be awesome.
There is truth in that, Deniz, because I've heard that before, but Vanessa just said something about when she was doing something yesterday and all of a sudden she realised that, wow, I've done it in 5 minutes. She had a to-do list and it was done within...
I didn't actually have my clock devices with me upstairs, Denise, and I had a call to take on the hour, and Zenta had literally just done a poo, and I needed to freshen up, so sort my hair out, put some makeup on, and it was like I had so much to do in like 10 minutes, and I did it in 5, so I must have stretched time. Let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at now. So we're going back to, so for any of you that are thinking, oh, what are they doing right now? When we had Divine Cuppa number 18, which was about communication, we spoke about gematria, and this is how the divine, the creator, whatever word you feel comfortable with, likes to speak to us in numbers. So gematria is a way how you can literally, so if I go to the top of the screen, I've put the word in now, I've done the calculator on it, and we always look at simple gematria. There's something about the English language, which again is interesting because we've done shows where we've kind of looked at the negative aspects of the English language. Actually, in terms of simple gematria, the English language works really well for us to pick up how God is communicating with us. And so we've got the number here 52 because the letter N is the 14th number of the alphabet, O is the 15th, and 23. So W, oh gosh, he scared me because he's pulling my bag. W, oh, careful, baby. W is number 23. So that gives us 52. And what we've done here is I've just gone down and we have got, I think, some positive words. So we've got heart, we've got Aries, I'm in Aries. We've got abracadabra. That's powerful when you're thinking about living in the now. We've got hi God. So when you're living in the now, then you're really living in your God power. I love that. You've got one, as I said, because that would be spelled backwards. What else have we got that's positive? Okay, bananas. Live. All right, so that was now. And let's just try one quickly, but it'll probably be the same, won't it? Thinking about it. It'll be the same. Because it's to be the same number, so it should be 52, yeah, because it's the same backwards. All right then, so I don't expect to see any other, yeah. All right, that was just a bit of fun there. So shall we, oh no, let's bring the angels in because they were just coming in, and I tell you who came in, Denise. I was just about to pull the cards. And Denise came in, so we have an earth angel with us. How lovely. All right then, so I'm using a different deck today. Got a vibration. I normally use my Archangel Oracle cards, but I've got this deck. And can I just say, I discovered last week when I went to the crystal shop and I came home and did some research that this deck is actually very valuable. If you were to try and purchase this deck online, brand new, you'd be looking at up to $400. Wow. Yeah.
How come?
Because the lady who originally designed them, she's no longer advocating them. Not that we're not advocating them. She's gone really full on into Christianity as in the religion. So I definitely support the Christ consciousness. Okay, I'm definitely a follower of Jesus Christ, but I am not religious. Whereas this lady has gone way the other way, and she is not doing anything to do with angel cards anymore, which is meant, now maybe actually thinking about it, she might have done it deliberately. Which might tie in with the second part of our conversation, which is people who you think are no longer here who are actually supposedly here. So maybe she's done it as a way of keeping the value of her own.
She's not selling it, then where are they coming from?
Maybe the manufacturer, the printer, might have had some. Now they're more valuable because there's not, I don't know, I just looked it up on Amazon.
It's so funny you mentioned Christ consciousness. I did an activation on that a couple of weeks ago, and before you were saying it, I was thinking you're going to pull out a card or you were going to say Jesus Christ, because he came to me yesterday and the day before that. So the energies. So it'd be interesting to see what card you pull.
This is so exciting. So I'm going to tell you something about what I've heard about Jesus Christ, but I'm going to tell you after I've pulled the cards out. So hold that thought. This is hilarious. So the first card is Amiga, which is victory. And we have, okay, this is interesting. We have Melina, and the writing's interesting. I'll tell you shortly why I feel the writing's interesting there. Oh, we've got Archangel Michael with us. How wonderful. Okay, so this is very exciting. So the first thing that I want to say, we have used that powerful name, Jesus Christ. Now, obviously, I believe in Hebrew, Jesus Christ is Yeshua, but we say Jesus Christ. But it is a powerful name. And look at that card, Amiga. So victory, your desire is coming into fruition. Keep up the good work. Christ consciousness is on the move. Whether people really want to subscribe to the religious notion of Jesus Christ and his teachings, Christ consciousness is on the move. And this show wasn't about this, but there's a vibration to just say it. All right.
Definitely, that's what that came through yesterday. Like I kept seeing, and I didn't know whether it was my ego, like me going in, but it felt like it would be more than just me going into like hospitals and then just doing healing. I know.
Your little one.
Scaling the building.
He's had a haircut.
Yes, he looks less like. You know,
gorgeous. Okay, Suzie, what do you think about what we've just drawn upon now?
Well, my views, I guess, I don't even think about Jesus Christ, not being funny, because I didn't really understand it. I've not had that knowledge about it. I just follow what I believe is true for me. So for me, I've just followed who I am, not anything else. And you know, it's not about religion, it's not about Christ, it's not about anything like that to me. It's just about following what you believe is true. And you'll always get where you need to be, in my eyes. It might take me twice as longer, but I don't believe in anything else apart from now.
That's fantastic. Like I said, well, I think Marilena has going to come in with a response which may help some people who are almost on the same notion as you, where they've not thought about this. And I think it's because of all the chaos and confusion that has been deliberately installed over centuries. So before we dive deep, okay, I just want to read out Amiga, because I think Amiga is quite poignant. So Amiga is representing victory. Congratulations, you have chosen to follow your divine guidance, and the universe is flowing in natural rhythm with your decision. When you listen to the messages that your heart whispers, you swim in natural synchronicity with the tide of your life's purpose. Stay relaxed and confident and keep moving forward with happiness and grace. If along the way you notice problems occurring, then it's time to stop and center yourself. I think that is in tune with what we were talking about before, about the passing of the time and living in the now. And even though there's so much happening, if you are just following your own divine guidance, then you are going to be wherever you need to be at that moment in time. So here it was. So if along the way you notice problems occurring, then it's time to stop and center yourself. When problems occur, it simply means that you're temporarily out of sync with the universe rhythms. There is no need for analysis or shame when this occurred. Simply pray or meditate, breathe deeply, and wait until you feel strongly about your next move. Your victory is inevitable in this situation. So you needn't worry that temporary problems will thwart your desire. Whatever happens is supposed to happen, and when it happens is the correct time. Release your doubts to heaven and rest assured that a happy outcome is yours. So I'm really picking up that. I'm just going to bring this in. We said we were going to talk about it a little bit later, but I'll go deeper a little bit later. You know, the collapse of the old guard has happened, whether you see it or not. It actually has happened. Some things are going to be more obvious depending on where you are in the world. Now, in terms of our topic, A Little Birdie Says, this isn't really what I would say a little birdie says, because there is evidence of this. There is floods happening all over the world. I don't know if you've seen this yourself on any of the Telegram groups that you may be in.
No, but you know, I'm not really in that many Telegram groups, and I don't really follow many things, but I was talking to the same thing with my friend, and I literally, just as you started speaking, I just went onto my phone and it was just Jesus is coming. End times. I was just like, okay. So because I'd mentioned it to one of my friends ages ago. I was like, do you not see these as end of times? Because she's like real devout Christian, and she was like, well, I don't see it like that. And I was like, oh, really? But it always felt to me like it was. And now you saying that, like, Jesus is coming, for me to experience that. And it was a real strong experience, like, because before my son woke me up, this was like, not last night, the night before that, it was 2:30, 3 in the morning. And I saw in gold, but I didn't know at the time was Jesus, right? And I woke up because he was like, oh, I need water. And I was like, damn it, that was going to be something good. And I kept seeing flashes of purple in the room, like I was wide awake. And I was just sat like looking, going, is that like, because it's obviously I was in a new room. I didn't know if it was like the fridge light or this light or, you know, stuff. But then it was like happening in different places. And I was like, okay, well, doesn't seem like it's obvious to me. I'm just going to go to bed. And then the next morning, I kept seeing that vision of the outline or the head. And I was like, I feel like I need to write. So I started writing, and I didn't have my notepad and pen. But what came through was, Deniz, I'm the son of God, blah, blah, blah. And just started telling me that I'm going to get more and more activated. I'm going to get more and more powerful. And it's really, it's almost like, and as you were talking, it was almost like we are disciples in the sense that we are going to be showing them through our energies the power of healing and healing people. And so this is why I kept seeing this, and I was like, I don't know if this is my ego, like wanting to go and save people and all this, but going into like hospitals where people are seriously dying and they've got no hope, and just healing them made me kind of. And then the conversation after was like, you just really have to trust in God. Like that's the thing that you have to do. Like that was the sort of message. And that's when more people started waking up. And last night in my dream, I literally had done the same thing. Like I was just trying to heal people, and I could feel the energy in my hands. I was just like, and it's a different type of energy than Reiki, which is Reiki comes through like source. This is Christ's energy, so you can just generate it and then it heals. yeah, so I don't know where it's going to go, but it just feels like it's going to get stronger and stronger to the point where, because I've always kind of imagined being that sort of physically powerful. So I don't know if that's what is actually what I feel I wanted to happen is actually going to happen. Who knows?
Susie, do you have anything to say before I drop a bomb?
I'm kind of, I don't know, because I know there's a force bigger than you. No, I'm not getting it, but it's good because this is what most people are not getting. We are confused because of the information that comes to you. One minute you're trusting yourself, thinking something else, thinking, wow. So I'm intrigued. I'm listening to you both, especially when you said something earlier, and I thought, what the hell's going on? Okay. But yeah, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
brace yourself. So I took this, well, it's not about me, but I just want to set the scene. I never used to celebrate Christmas in December in my 20s. And fundamentally, I knew I shouldn't celebrate it. Now, I would only say that it was peer pressure, wanting to follow the crowd, not wanting my family, i.e. my offspring, to feel left out, that I kind of started doing it. And then since I've had baby, I've kind of started doing it again. But in my heart, just thinking, not into this. Anyway, what I have heard over the last about week or so, and listened to something last night, is that Jesus Christ's birthday is actually September the 11th, which would be next week, next Saturday.
That's Mark's birthday.
Yeah. And a lot of things that we've known to happen in this world, so we know that something really bad happened on September the 11th. I'm not sure how many years ago now, but
20 years ago, isn't it?
20 years ago. Okay. All of these things, it's not just that big event. I think there's been other events.
Yeah.
All of these things and the timing of that date has been to, again, manipulate time, manipulate timelines, take our shift and our focus off the real truth. So like I said, Jesus Christ's birthday is supposed to be September the 11th. Another thing that I want to tell you is that Jesus Christ actually, again, we're told that he was crucified. I'm not disputing that part, but before he was crucified, well, they never tell you about a family life. So Mary Magdalene apparently was his wife, and they conceived a child before he was crucified. So it means that the gene pool of Jesus Christ was in the earth after he was crucified.
So can I just say this then? I know that my ascending master is Jesus anyway. And they say that if that's your ascending master, you are in some way related. But going back to the point that you made, I just Googled September the 11th, significant events, and there are quite a lot, like in 1911, Canadian Quebec Bridge, there was something that happened there. A woman got flogged. In 1922, in 1913, something happened. 1930, something happened. 1941, something happened. Attacks in 1948, 1950, 1960. So, but then, I don't know, if you go back far enough, every day it could have potentially.
Well, what I want to say is the reason this wasn't one of the original I heard that what I was going to talk about, but again, we're talking about going with our own flowness and responding to how we would say the higher consciousness. So there is a program that I will put into our group. Now, it's not really normally the type of program that we would share in our group, but it is on Gematria, and it will give you the timeline of Jesus Christ, his descendants, and other and living. When I say the living descendants, those who have, those who would be in that gene pool. Okay, and that is going to make, I believe and I feel that's going to make what the other things I'm going to talk about more kind of believable, because you kind of need to have heard that before some of this other information sinks in. I'm going to hand it over. I'll let that thought.
Can I just say, like, look at this, right? So this seems a bit off topic, but so this is called, I don't know, have I showed you this before?
What's this?
So this is like the flower of Mariam, which is what they call. This is like Mother Mary's plant.
What's
It's a
this?
plant. It's alive. It looks like it's dead. And when you put it into water, they use this for women that are laboring, because as it opens the cervix, it's supposed to aid the cervix opening, and it releases. And because when you put it in water, it opens out, and each one branch it's like a hand. It's got 5 fingers to it, and it releases, like, it's got loads of like potassium, magnesium. You can drink the water afterwards, and apparently when it opens out, it like I said, it comes alive, and you put an intention to it, and then it just goes back down. And then you take out the water and it closes back up again. I haven't used it yet, but I have it there. And it can live for, however long, but I don't think it ever dies. And this is like a really powerful, I don't know what to call it, plant, not a herb.
Fascinating. Where did you get it from?
I got it in Turkey. I went into this shop, which we randomly went in to get water. And then the guy, I was like, oh, wow, his shop had just everything, like oils and dry things and just crystals. And you know what it's like when you go into a crystal shop. And this was like something completely different. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? What is this? And I was just asking, and he had like sandalwood and all this sort of stuff. And then I was like, what's this? And I was like, I want one of them. And it was like 30 quid, equivalent of 30 quid for this drive. But, and he explained it to me, and I was just like, wow. And when I looked it up, it does, like, your laboring mirrors that of this, the plant. And yeah, it's just so fascinating. But I will maybe, whilst we're talking, maybe look up and just read, find out the exact meaning again, because I completely forgot. But that is the gist of it, basically.
It sounds great, and it sounds like it's about manifestation. So it's so powerful. Yeah. Brilliant. So what I want to do is Melina wants to come in just to help those who may be feeling like, oh gosh, what is this conversation actually about? We're just going with the flow, but Melina came through to say you are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. I think we've got some is that your background noise, Suzie? Got some background noise. Because you do not have enough information, do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. You have felt like you are chasing your tail, looking at this option and then that option. I believe that's very true to what's happening now. There is so much information out there. There's probably too much information. This indecisiveness is exhausting you, dear one. The reason why you're confused is that you do not have enough information to make an informed decision. Your choices appear too similar right now, but once you conduct additional research, your decision will become more clear. So again, I think for those of you who are looking at information, I just want to remind you about what we're doing here in the Vibrate Higher Collective. For me, our empowerment program is because we have found a way of organizing the information, not all of it, because we don't have everything, but we're organizing key elements of information so that when you're ready to have a look, maybe for the first time at some topics, or maybe for a top-up or another perspective of topics you may be familiar with, we have found a way of presenting it in a very organized fashion. Okay, so first begin by asking God and the angels to enter your dreams and give you more information. Then ask your feelings to give you guidance. This means imagining what it would feel like to make this decision. Now, the decision may be about the matrix, because as I've said, old God is collapsing. We are living in two realities right now. So then imagine what it would feel like to make the other choice. Go deep within and notice how your body reacts as you try on the different options. If your gut or jaw tightens, this is a sign that something isn't right. If your heart flutters with warmth, this is a sign that you're on the right path. Before making your final decision, seek the counsel of wise friends and teachers whose experience and intuition can guide you. Any thoughts on that?
It's really powerful, isn't it? And it helps you focus on what it is that you need to do, right? And it does feel like there's two different, it's like you're in a parallel universe when at the moment. But I like what came to me a few months ago, I kind of accepted, like I guess last year, that it was going to be some people stay in the 3D, some people stay in the 5D, but that's not going to be the case. It's all going to be 5D. So yeah, it's just, I think it goes back to what you were saying, Vanessa, last week, which is about staying in your lane, using your intuition, just keep focusing on what you're wanting to create. It doesn't really matter what's going on outside, and everything will fall into place.
Yeah, I found it to be beautiful and a powerful message, really. What more guidance do you need when you're told that if you feel warm and your heart flutters, go with it, or, you know, if not, seek or just wait rather than respond. So that was really good, Vanessa. I love that.
Thank you. I mean, obviously, I give thanks to the angels. Deniz wasn't on the call, but I found what I'm describing as, it's not my words that I read out before, Suzie. It was another man who works with angels all the time. I've kind of adapted his words, so I've brought in a lot of angels. I've brought a lot of them in. Blessings before we actually started recording. So, and then that's why, because I went to pick up my Archangel pack and I just got a vibration to actually draw from this pack today. So that was lovely. So can I drop some more bombs?
Go on.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what Suzie and I were talking about before the show when we were planning the show. And Suzie mentioned George Michael, and I said very casually, well, George Michael's not supposed to be dead, he's supposed to be alive. And what did you say, Suzie, as a
Oh my
fan?
God. Oh my gosh, what the hell are you telling me? He's alive, he's walking.
So Suzie, I felt exactly the same when I was not only told, but someone had put a compilation video together to show some of the celebrities who are supposedly dead who are actually supposed to be alive. And one of them was Bob Marley. And yes, if you're a Bob Marley fan, you're going to know how that feels if someone tells you that Bob Marley is not dead. And you're like, what are we going on about?
Oh.
So apparently in that particular video, it was at a Trump rally. And I will say, and I even sent it to my uncle, who never came back to me to doubt what I'd thrown out there. I said the man standing behind Trump is supposed to be Bob Marley. Now, as you can appreciate, Bob Marley had a very distinctive look with his dreadlocks. This man did not have dreadlocks. It was an older man, obviously, because it was about 2 years ago. With Bob Marley, he's got very distinctive shaped eyes. And I personally could see the lightness. The skin tone was there. There was no dreadlocks, just I think short hair, and I think he was wearing a cap. The actual physique in terms of the build was there. And just things that I noticed, like the fact that he didn't really seem to be engaged in this conversation. He was like, kept looking down on his phone and pulling faces. I was like, that vibration, I feel that that's what Bob Marley would be like. Because he's not into, he's not. I'm going to put him in the now. He's not into politics. You know, he had a very strong message, as we know, and he just wanted to get that message out there. So Deniz is like that. What? Come on, Deniz, what do you think?
I don't know. I didn't even think that anybody that was dead would be alive. So that's kind of thrown me out. And the question would be, why would they do that?
So some of them that we're told to be dead are actually dead.
Right.
Okay. So some of the celebrities did come out and expose a lot of the paedophilia, okay, and things that have been happening in the underground bases. Some of them actually are dead. I've not heard on the contrary, but some names, you think they're dead, they're not. They're in witness protection. So here's another name for you. Brace yourself. Princess Diana.
What? But they were taking pictures of her when she was dying, or was she?
Well, this is why that program that I said I'm going to drop into the group is I feel like I need to, because it's going to make sense. And the way how it's explained in that program, the fact, remember the relationship she was having with Dodie was actually a very short relationship. Now, if you look at his connection and his father's connection, they own a lot of hotels, and they actually own a hotel in France. So how it's explained is where the supposed accident took place was so a switch could happen. I think that we've spoken about clones on this program in terms of the cabal using clones, but also you have to appreciate they're described as white hats. So the alliance, the ones who are working for good and humanity, that they've also used different ways of disguising people. Okay, so that's apparently what happened with Princess Diana. And I saw a photograph the other day. I know this is far-fetched, and well, I'm just going to say it. I saw a photograph the other day of Trump walking and a woman behind him who was dressed in army uniform. And then when someone zoomed in, they said, that's Princess Diana, because sometimes you have to hide yourself in plain sight.
Wow, 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 wow.
That's mental.
It is.
So, question.
Am I even here listening to you guys? Because I feel as if, yeah.
Are you having an out-of-body experience now, Suzie?
Yeah, some it's not. It's like.
So what did the angels just say? Listen to your heart, listen to your gut. Because when I was, it wasn't for me just hearing someone else say it. They were giving me sort of evidence, if you like. And
I can see why you brought so many in now, because it's kind of confirming your truth of what you believe, what you've seen, what you've heard. So I like that, Vanessa. That's really good. Because your intention was pretty spot on when you came in. You wanted everybody just present to be to be holding the space for you to be able to say that. So
thank you. But also another thing that we haven't really promoted even inside our Telegram group is the fact that we have a resources channel, because we want our Telegram group to be so uplifting. We don't want those political kind of conversations coming in and whatever, but sometimes we do need to have that information. So I'm going to start sharing the link of the resources channel a lot more, and I've started putting things into the resources channel as well, so that any of our members who do want to look at information on that more deeper level, or any of you who are listening right now who want to share things with me that you think, it's not really right for our group, still send it to me on a private message and I'll put it in the resources channel, because we want to fill that up with information so that, as Milena has said here, do research or seek expert advice. You know, if you want to do deeper research, then we have got a resource channel there that we need to advertise a bit more.
I was wondering what that channel was. I was like, oh,
what is this? Yeah. Are you ready for
doing
another
something
one?
with Princess Diana and George Michael without even us knowing.
Are you ready for another one?
Correct.
John Kennedy Jr. is
I know
alive.
that.
Yeah. He's still alive. But Susie's now going, wait a minute, did I know that one? Do you know that one, Suzie? No. Okay, so he's still alive.
I've seen videos like, and his memorial is like cute as well, right?
But again, watch when I've shared the link of this other program. I'll put it in the resources channel, I feel. That's where it should go, but I'll just reference it in our group. Just have a look.
I'm just gonna go to the toilet.
Yeah, it all makes sense. So I can't think of any other celebrities that I've heard about. I've heard about Prince is supposed to be still with us. Oh, here's another big name. Michael Jackson is supposed to be with us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So let me put it in context, right? We know that there has been a deep cabal hidden, again, in plain sight, that's done a lot of infiltration in the different institutions and different organizations. They have done a mass takeover of the world over a number of centuries. What we're living in now is when I say the dismantling, because it's not dismantling, it's dismantling and the destruction of this cabal. So the ones who we were told were not with us, but were actually with us, the leading ones is John Jr., so John Robert Kennedy Jr., because he is there to expose and dismantle and destroy the political cabal. Okay. Then we have Princess Diana. She is supposed to be in witness protection because her job is to expose, dismantle and destroy, so to help, give enough information to dismantle and destroy the royal cabal. Okay. And Michael Jackson doing the same for the entertainment cabal.
Can you notice how I'm holding on to my headphones really tightly on my ears to listen to what you are actually saying? Because it's actually mind-boggling. It's actually...
How does that feel when I even put it in with their different roles?
Yeah. I think when you think about it, who's the other one? John Lennon. I always ask questions about him.
Apparently he's not dead. But I've not had really strong other people validating that. That was in that a video that I was telling you about. Another one who's definitely, I mean, there's no even denying of this, Elvis is not dead.
Right.
Elvis is not dead. When you kept hearing that, because we heard that when we were young, He's not dead. That's because he actually isn't.
You know what? When I was younger, okay. When I was younger, I was really...
No, this.
Yeah. Okay. When I was younger, I was really like, I remember hearing about him dying. I read his book. I think I must have been like really, really young, like 10, around that maybe. And I remember being really upset about his death. And yeah, it's so weird. Like out of all the sort of celebrities, I remember really connecting with that, even though it had been like supposedly years after. But how old would he be? Surely he would be like really old as anyway.
Well, apparently with Elvis, I don't know the age of him now. There's definitely a picture. He's supposed to be Reverend Bob. I can't remember his surname now, but he's supposed to be a pastor in America. And you can actually go and see him doing his sermons and everything. And even this man has done like songs. I think there's a clip of him doing an Elvis song with a younger man, and you can hear that kind of confidence of the singing of it. But also, let's just put it in context. We're talking about when they say the death, it is also the death of that persona, that character. So in that sense, Elvis is dead. Because somebody's background. Suzie, there's a clashing in your background. With Elvis, he's never going to come back in that persona. Okay, even if this man, Pastor Bob, I think it's Pastor. Is it Pastor Bob Joyce?
I've just looked him up because it is. Bob Joyce.
Yes. Even if he is Elvis, and even if one day he turns around and says, "Yeah, that was me," he's never going to be that. He's never going to be that character again, because Elvis, in that capacity, is dead. The other one that I wanted to say whose names jumped in and then jumped out of me. But there's some who I've not heard confirmation. No, it's like nobody's talking about them anymore. Whitney Houston is one. I've not heard whether she is actually dead or not. Now, for some reason, the passing of Whitney, so when I was told about the passing, that really upset me. And I wasn't a Whitney fan. I was somebody who always admired her, but I would never have called myself a fan. But I was very, very upset.
Yeah, she was amazing. Her voice,
Yeah.
insane.
So in that respect, some of them, maybe when we hear, oh, that's who I was going to talk about. So we've heard that Kobe Bryant, who was a basketball player, apparently he's not dead. Apparently there is some significance around the date of his supposed helicopter. Now, again, apparently, remember, this topic is a little birdie says, I am not coming on here to give any facts, figures or whatever. I'm just saying all the things that I've heard. Apparently with Kobe, his role is to expose, dismantle, well, to support the exposure, the dismantling and the destruction of the cabal in the sports world. So for some of them, they actually have a significant role in terms of, you know, where they fit into this whole cycle. So yeah.
Wow. Well, I just hope that is the case, right? It would be good. That would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
It is the truth, but we don't know where they are. That's the only thing, isn't it? It is the truth. I sense it is the truth, but we have no idea where they are, what's happening.
Got another name for you. Got another name, and I can't remember his actual name, but you'll know who I mean. I think his name was Steve, and he was one in Australia who was like doing the crocodile.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, him. He's not dead. He's in witness protection.
For what?
Right. So apparently, with him, with all of the stuff that he was doing with the you know, like animals and conservation,
yeah.
That's the word. Apparently, he came across some really bad stuff that Ellen DeGeneres and Ellen's wife were doing in, I think it was in Africa. I don't even want to talk about the details because it's going to lower the vibration of this program and how I'm feeling right now. But it was things like that. So again, there's been bad things. The cabal have been doing bad things with animals. Yeah. I'm just leaving it there. That needs to be exposed, dismantled, and destroyed. So I've been told that he's in witness protection.
I mean, I would believe that because, I mean, I watched that Netflix series, what was it? Seaspiracy. And it all went down to all these big companies, one of them being the main key player, which is, oh my God, I forgot the name. They bought over like E-Clover, you know, the cleaning products. They had won awards for being like environmentally friendly. Then this company bought them over and basically made it not environmentally friendly.
There's a nickel on your shoulder.
Yeah, you got a stick on my shoulder. So this company, literally, like they're overfishing. They're doing everything to damage the planet on purpose. And yeah, it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. So he would have spotted that, like, you know, it doesn't take much to go into it. If you watch Seaspiracy, you'll see it. It's like, you know, but the onus is always put on us, like we're the people that are destroying the planet. But the overfishing, the way that they're damaging the seabed, the way that they're killing all the wildlife, the dolphins and stuff, it's not sustainable. Like thousands and thousands are. Yes, thousands and thousands of like species of whales and all that are getting killed on daily basis. How long can that continue? It can't continue. And we need like all of these, like the whales and stuff, but like to actually make oxygen in the and oxygen from the sea is like 70% of what we breathe. So it's not just the Amazon, like the sea is really important part of us for our survival. So the fact that nothing is being done about it is,
jam. I want jam.
You know, it's really obvious. I don't know how it's not obvious to others.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that's the point, isn't it? So we're look at that ecosystem that we've just described here. We've got the political, the entertainment, the sports, the conservation, the royal, well, supposed royalty. Yeah. It's all been part of keeping us in an illusion, keeping us under a control, keeping us under social programming. Look, it has to stop, and I'm not saying it's completely stopped, but thank the divine, thank the creator, thank the most high that we've had brave men and women in the world who've made a stand and said, no, this is wrong. And I'm not going to be part of this. I'm going to be part of making sure this is exposed, dismantled, and now we're on the destruction.
So it feels like all the questions you've ever asked yourself when somebody has been in that position, and you think you question their death, it really does make you look at it on a different spin, because look how many were missing in 2016. But you're right, because they are big enough and they know that they will make a worldwide change if they were still here on the. It makes so much sense, Vanessa. I'm in a bit of awe about all this, so I'm not particularly with it, but I've never been with it anyway. But it makes a lot of sense, because there are questions flying out there. Yeah, that Steve Irwin is fascinating, that is. But it just, the way you've said it, if you're not questioning any of this while you're listening to it, to think that there's been drops like Princess Diana, George Michael, or Bob Marley, or Elvis, or whatever, and you're not asking yourself that question right here, right now, are you even breathing?
Do you have a heart? Love it.
I mean, what would it like that? Just thinking of like the impact of like, say, someone like Diana coming back and going, look, I faked my death because this is what's happening. Everyone be like, what the fuck?
But again, this is where we come in. And this is going back to what Deniz said about 3D, 4D, 5D. We cannot have all of this information downloaded at once. It would be too much for people to handle. If the truth really was staring you in the face, you would not be able to handle it. Most people are just, again, we talk about the now, but most people are just literally focused on the one reality of what we know, which is all this sugar juice, poison juice, whatever. Yeah. And that's all they can see. And all they can see is the narrative that they've been told. I need to be safe. I need to be safe. I need to protect my loved ones. I need to protect this one. Yeah. They're not looking at the whole picture. This is a massive story that's unfolding as we speak. Every day, different layer is coming on. I mean, for me, I know I've been taken and I've seen things that I don't want to see, but then I've questioned, why are you showing me this? And like just been told, well, you can handle this. There's nothing you can do about it. But actually to have this information is going to help you to make a positive change for what is yet to come in. And this is where I feel we are right now. Okay, so on that note, as we wrap up, Archangel Michael has got a wonderful message for us. So this was the message this was the card, Archangel Michael. I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you on your divine life purpose. I have come to you because you asked God for safety and protection, and because you asked about your life purpose. Since you are a light worker, I am overseeing the fruition of your divine life purpose. You have been a light worker for a long time, and you have felt different from others, isolated at times. Be assured that you have never been alone and that you never will be alone. So again, those of you who are tuning in, I would even say the ones who have like resonated with our message quite earlier on, I feel that this is for you. Nothing is a coincidence. We have made a decision to come back to this planet during these times, to be here, to be standing in this truth, to be making these decisions. Enough is enough. We are not going with that flow. So Archangel Michael says, when you feel pushed to make a change at work or at home, that may be my influence, encouraging you to make your life purpose a high priority. I can rearrange your schedule and support you in other ways to make your path smooth and harmonious. Simply ask me and it is done. I will also help you feel safe and comfortable during your life changes. Any thoughts?
Wow, what a session today. I think I need to go and have a lie down. But it was meant to be, meant to be. You've got the space, it's been held gloriously for what you've just gave out. I mean, yeah, in another lifetime or even last week, I probably would have switched off and thought, oh, I've had enough of this now. But no, there's so much truth in this and it makes so much sense. So if you're listening and it resonates, just go with it and ask yourself those questions. But the thing is, you can't go out and talk about it because people will think you've gone absolutely mad now. So you can see why people isolate themselves. And I think there's a lot more people that do isolate themselves.
Yeah, no, and I agree. And I love Archangel Michael anyway. But just the message of you're not alone. And a lot of people will be feeling alone in different periods and different times. So yeah, it's a good message to focus on. And we're back to how to represent yourself. You're on mute.
How do you after what we've just heard? Hey, Deniz.
Yeah.
We could come back as the Charlie's Angels now. The Powerpuff Girls.
Sorry, I kind of got stuck in my own thing. Could you see that? Because I was trying to bring it up and I was thinking I was showing you all
and you were silent, so.
Oh, okay, right, so you can see it. All right, then, so yeah, before we end, we have to tell you about the next workshop. We are getting ready to record this. How exciting. I don't know what I'm pressing now. But yeah, this is really exciting. And this, again, listen to what Archangel just told us, to be brave. Archangel is with us. It is time. Start exploring your options, okay? So this workshop is going to give you different things to look at, how you can protect your sovereignty, learn about different choices and remedies, and gain clarity. So we will be recording this on Saturday, September the 18th. It's great to be recording it with a live audience. It helps that vibration. It helps the presenters get into it a bit more. So if you're part of our group already, just find out how you can tap into this. We've got something really fantastic planned for you during the session. And, you know, we've put this together at a very affordable price. And also, once you get onto that call, you will have access to workshop 2. And if you haven't seen workshop 1, we've given that away as a freebie anyway. But many of you haven't seen workshop 2 yet. So this offer isn't just about the third workshop, it's about making sure you can see the other organized information that we've put together. So I'm excited about that. So it was fantastic to do this call with you. I wasn't I didn't know if Deniz was coming on, so it was great that Deniz was able to join us. And like I said, I'm just so delighted to see that you got home safely, because I know you've had a long journey, so you must be wanting to relax and everything. So thank you so much for joining us today. And Suzie, it's been wonderful as ever. Thank you. And yeah, I know that I've kind of dropped some truth bombs. Well, I believe it's truth. You know, there might be snippets of things that kind of like along the way. I don't know, others don't know, whatever. But yeah, there's things that are going to be revealed in more momentum. Things are building momentum for the big reveal. That's the revelation. All right, so that's it from us. Thank you for tuning in. Do not forget to like this episode, subscribe to our channel, and please share this episode with someone that you know who needs to know this information. Thank you. Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.